Hello, my name is Fabienne Pierrot. I'm a Thermo Fisher scientific employee. I'm the finance director for the RSD division in Europe, and I'm located in Strasbourg, in France. So I'm 52 years old. I had two pregnancies in my life. My two daughters are 23 years old and 16 years old. My first pregnancy was very fine. I had absolutely no problem. And by the way, I do not have any pre-eclampsia background, as I do not have overweight. I do not do any high tension or things like that. And I was not born by preeclampsia. So I only had a preeclampsia during my second pregnancy. Again, my first one went very well, so that's why my second one was not I was not followed in a special way for my second one. These symptoms I had were that I had some headaches that couldn't pass with paracetamol, and I was a bit swollen in the legs or things like that, but that can happen when you are pregnant. It's quite often happening when you are pregnant. So I had a preeclampsia with an HELP syndrome, which is even worse because it touches as well the liver on the top of everything else. And I discovered it in my 6 months of pregnancy. So on the 23rd of December, when I went to my visit to my doctor, he told me that I had to stay in the hospital because I was doing a preeclampsia. And they tried during 1 week to decrease my tension, but they couldn't do it in a proper way. So they moved me to another hospital, which was more specialized in preeclampsia and in premature child or premature babies. So I was transferred to this new hospital on the 31st of December. And they gave me some medicine so that all the lambs of my daughter could be developed. So I could keep her during 10 days, and she was only born on the 10th of January 2006. So she was born at 31 weeks, which is very early, and she was what we call a great premature. But now everything is fine. But it's true that at this time I had absolutely no knowledge of preeclampsia, and I didn't know that I could have been followed in a certain way if the biomarker could have existed at this period. So I've learned recently that some biomarkers could have helped me to detect my preeclampsia. And I have to say that if these were existing or if it has been proposed to me during my second pregnancy, it would have been really helpful because no one wants to go through what I went. And I guess all the mothers that had preeclampsia could say the same thing. If we can avoid it and if we can be treated properly, and there's a way to treat it properly, if it is detected very early, it would have been very, very good for me because I wouldn't have passed again through this poor experience. So biomarkers for me are really, really important. And this is what I also hope for my two daughters, because they will have, of course, a special follow-up during their pregnancy. And I hope that these biomarkers will help them to be really in better shape and not to go through whatever I want, even if the end was I would say really happy, because my daughter from 16 years old has absolutely, as far as I know, no consequences of this preeclampsia. But again, the biomarkers would have been a great help at this time.